Welcome to JD's class. Today we'll be looking at approximations and talking about approximations. We're going to be discussing significant figures and decimal places. Okay, so talking about significant figures, we are referring to non-zero digits of a number, and also we're talking about including the zeros after those non-zero digits, and also the zeros in between the non-zero digits. So that's why it says it refers to all non-zero digits of a number, and the zeros are included between them or after the non-zero digits. Okay, so that's it. Now, basically, we're just talking about important single digits. That's just what we're talking about, important single digits. So if we have 659, we have three significant figures here: 6,592. We have four significant figures here. Then if we have a decimal 5.324, we have also four significant figures here. So maybe let's say we want to include zero. We want to include zero, like 0.0045. Yeah, from the definition of significant figures, we have actually just two significant figures here. So we're not including these two zeros before the non-zero digits. Okay, so now for decimal places is actually the position of a digit to the right of a decimal point. Yeah, so if we have something like this, 5.324. Okay, so now this 3 occupies the first decimal place, and the position of the first decimal place. The 2 also occupies the second position. Then 4 occupies the third position of the decimal place. So this is actually the right after the decimal point. So this is where we're going to be finding or approximating to number of decimal places. Okay, now to really understand significant figures and decimal places, we have to understand two important things: rounding up and rounding down. Now, for us to round up, is very important in applying decimal places to decimal places and significant figures. Rounding up, we mean that we're going to add 1 to the number we're approximating to, especially when the number that is after the number we're approximating to is greater than 5, or it is 5. So let me just, instead of explaining so much, let me just make it clear. So if we have, let's say, and put it here. Let's say if we have let's say like this 5.324. Okay, sorry, let me make this 6 here. 5.364. Okay, so now what to round this off round this up to two significant figures. Actually, what we're going to do is that we're going to add 1 to 4 here to make it 5.4, since this one after the one we are making two significant figure is greater than 5. So when we have from 5 upwards to 9 and the rest, we can use this to round up to another number. But if we have less than, let's say, 4 and downward to 0, then we round down, and that is what is mentioned here. So when we have that, we just round down. So you round down by adding nothing to what you're approximating to. So instead of adding 1 like we do in rounding up, this time we round down, we add nothing. So if we have let me put it here. If we have 5.324, we want to make these two significant figures. We know that this occupies the second significant figure, so approximating this to two significant figure, we'll just have 5.3, because this cannot round up to this because it's less than 5. So round down and we just have 5.300. Okay, so that's it. So that's about explaining significant figures, decimal places, rounding up and rounding down. Okay, now let's look at some examples.